Hi there guys, so I'm back here with a very different video today, a very different vlog if you can even call it a vlog. So yesterday there was a assassination of Charlie Kirk, and when I first heard Charlie Kirk, I was in the anxiety sort of class Zoom meeting last night, and somebody messaged on the link saying Charlie Kirk has passed. And usually when I hear names, like unless there are people that are close to me, like I know that I can recognize people from faces, but from names, and especially sort of generic names like Charlie Kirk, I didn't have someone in mind. So I went on Google quickly and I searched up Charlie Kirk, and I saw a picture of him, and then I realized his face looked very familiar. He seemed like one of the guys that was on YouTube and would debate about religious topics, and he'd talk about his take on current world political climate, the war, so the Ukraine-Russia, the genocide, Palestine, and he'd give his sort of very harsh views, if I keep it 100% real with you. So I saw it on the Zoom meeting yesterday, and I went on to Twitter. I saw the actual video of his assassination, and it was something, man. Very graphic. But anyways, when I had a look onto his portfolio, so the work he's done, I can see that, he's really against Palestine, number one. Not even against it, like he believes they don't exist. Like there's a video that he was debating with one guy, I don't know where it is. It seems like sort of the video that are styled in the way as the London sort of speakers corner, and he was saying, what are Palestinians, like where is Palestine, like what ethnic group are Palestinians? Like he solely believed that it didn't exist. And because of his very harsh views, I 100% am aware that a lot of the people will not miss him. A lot of the people are actually happy that for what happened to him. From my personal view, I am not happy with anyone passing, of course, like every human life matters. But from his very harsh sense of judgment, like discarding all the people that passed away in Palestine all these years, what he said and his views were 100% horrible and disgusting. But then again, when you look at the media today, the social media, you see the little white girl that was, also, if you actually see what's going on, like she was on a bus and a guy behind her decided to take out a sharp object and proceed to, a lot of horrible things are going on nowadays. And these are things that are blowing up in the social media world. But then when you have a look onto Middle Eastern part of the world, there's been a lot worse. Like within the last 2 years or so, since of course the genocide started, 2023, end of it, a lot of the people are literally patting a blind eye to it, or however you say that. They literally don't care. But then when it happens to people from their demographical sort of relations and people that look similar to them, all of a sudden these people become, empathic, and they start to feel sensitive, and they start to change their views. Now, if whatever is happening in the Middle East was to happen, like a fraction of it anywhere in the Western world, God forbid, the people would, soften up really quickly. Their views would change, and it would just be a complete uproar, and nobody would have this. But it just goes to show you that people can only relate with people that look like them, and that's keeping 100% real. And now, for myself, I'm Muslim, so the religion, of course, teaches us that all lives matters, and we take religion, faith, more serious than skin color and any other sort of cultural differences. So if another Muslim is hurt, like I would feel it literally like deep down in my soul. And it actually goes to show you the unity, and that's exactly why we, of course, put forth the Islamic religion more than, when it comes to the outside shell of a person. So that shows you the differences of, maybe how people think without religion, because majority of the West here are like secular atheists and stuff, and because of that, I think they start to carry other values where it's, skin color might matter more, people from that region might matter more. But once, you've got religion and you view all those, that have the same faith as you as family, I think it will make a big difference. But back to the topic, Charlie Kirk, he was a young man, so he was 31 as I heard. And, the work he's done, although I might not, be supportive of it, he actually did quite a lot of work. For 31 years, his portfolio stretches, if I remember correctly, from 2012, he was a co-founder of a conservative party of some sort. And, he was really in the political movement. And, he was in Utah yesterday, so a rally in Utah. I'm not really sure as to the purpose of that rally, so it wasn't sort of a campaign. It wasn't sort of nothing to do with elections of any sort, so some sort of movement anyways. But the world itself that we're living in, every year or every 2 years, we see a very graphic or an emotional scene of a life being taken in a disgusting manner. And I was seeing images of George Floyd aside with Charlie Kirk and the Ukrainian woman that was, taken in the last week or two. And these, of course, are all lives that have been lost so quickly and senselessly as well. Now, we have a culture nowadays where the white culture, the black culture, the Asian culture, if a very upsetting sort of death happens in the culture and the media doesn't portray it as the way they'd like it, they start to, put the blame on the other races and the world and the media. Now, I know that sounds very sensitive, but if I break it down, George Floyd, he was kneeled on and he was taken too soon, of course. And the movement of Black Lives Matter started. And, the news, they really didn't take it in a empathic way or a sympathetic way, so they didn't really show emotions towards it. And same thing goes for the Ukrainian woman the other day. They didn't really broadcast any part of it. And he was killed by a white police officer. She was killed by a black man. And due to the media not really giving it full coverage and a uproar and standing by those communities, people feel as if though they're being targeted in a sense as they're not being cared for, or they are basically being disrespected. Because, as I said at the start of this video, each life, to majority of the world, is viewed more when it comes from their own type of people. So, the movements we're having, All Lives Matters, Black Lives Matters, Stand With This, Kneel This, we're starting to see a lot more of it. And if I remember correctly, the first sort of blow up of this was 2011, if I'm correct. And it was a young man in Los Angeles, if I remember correctly. I can't really remember his name, but it was in LA, a young black boy with a hoodie, and it was taken by, his name was Zimmerman. George Zimmerman killed him. But anyways, that's that for today. And the world, I'm not sure where we're headed, but I hope a lot of things clean up. And of course, as time goes on, there's going to be more and new sort of uproars of people having enough. And within our communities, a lot of people have mental issues, have a lot of things going wrong in their life, and some people resort to violence, and some people start to, have platforms where they say a lot of crazy ideas or harsh things, and that becomes a reason why some people are targeted. But nevertheless, all human lives matter. Everybody is worthy to live. And it's the early morning here, and I'd like to end the vlog right here. And I hope you enjoy your day wherever you are. And as you can see from these vlogs, I am trying my best to get my cognitive thoughts all together and give you lot a great piece of video. But anyways, that was my take on yesterday's assassination of Charlie Kirk, and I hope you enjoy your day. Stay blessed wherever you are. Take care, guys.